to update the Samsung Galaxy Tab A6 with S Pen SMP 580 from Android 8.1 1.0 Oreo to Android 13 Tiramisu.
Install. Find the /EOS Android 13 ROM zip that you copied to your tablet, then swipe to flash and install it.
Now for this moment, I couldn't show you the welcome menu because my tablet is stuck in boot loops, boot loops, boot loops, boot loops, boot loops.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Technology with George. I've got some good news today. I finally fixed that boot loop issue on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A6 with S Pen. If you remember from the last video, we flashed this tablet and ended up stuck in a boot loop. Turns out the problem was the stock Android 8.1 kernel just wasn't compatible with Android 13. I tried reflashing EOS and swapping the kernel, but that still didn't fix it. So I went hunting for another ROM, and I found Lineage OS 19.1, based on Android 12 Snowcone, and this time it actually worked. So today I want to answer a question a lot of you have probably wondered. Is it actually possible to use Android with no Google at all? Let's find out. Let's begin. Now to check the Android version, first go to Settings, then scroll down to About this device, and tap About software. There you'll see both the Android version and the Lineage OS version. If you tap the Android version a bunch of times, you'll unlock a fun Easter egg, move the clock hands to 12 o'clock, and the number 12 will pop up. You can even see it on camera right here. To go back, just hit the back button. But did you know Lineage OS has its own Easter egg too? It's the same process. Tap the Lineage OS version several times, and the Lineage OS logo will appear in different colors. Tap the screen to cycle through colors, and you can even pinch to zoom in and out. You can see it right here on camera as well. To go back, just press back on the screen. Now, you've probably been wondering, why is there no Google Play Store? That's because I didn't flash gaps in Orange Fox Recovery. But don't worry, there are some great alternatives. First up, we've got F-Droid, an open source app store featuring apps like PyDroid, NewPipe, and more. And through F-Droid, you can also get Aurora Store, which gives you access to the same apps you'd normally find on Google Play. Oh, hold on. Looks like there's an app update. Let's go ahead and update everything real quick. And you might be wondering, how am I recording this screen without Google Play games? Well, the alternative I'm using is MobiZen, which you can grab from Aurora Store, or even install directly as an APK. That's actually another great option, installing apps straight from APK files. Now, another fantastic alternative to Google services is MicroG. If you're not familiar with it, MicroG is basically a lightweight, open-source replacement for Google Play services, but without all the bloat and the privacy concerns that usually come with it. Here's how it works. You can actually sign in with your Google account right inside MicroG, which lets apps that would normally depend on Google Play services continue to function properly. So things like push notifications, location services, and other background features can still work, just without needing the full, official Google Play services installed on your device. This is a huge deal if you're trying to de-Google your phone or tablet, because a lot of apps out there assume Google Play services is present, and without it, they either crash or refuse to open. MicroG solves that problem by mimicking just enough of that functionality to keep things running smoothly. So between F-Droid, Aurora Store, and now MicroG, you're building a pretty solid, privacy-friendly Android experience, all without relying on Google's official app suite. Now, if you're not familiar with routing, let me break it down for you. Routing basically gives you super user access on your device. Think of it like being the administrator on a computer. It allows you to manage system-level stuff that's normally locked away and inaccessible on a regular, non-rooted phone or tablet. Of course, like anything, routing comes with its pros and cons. On the plus side, once you're rooted, you can do things like remove bloatware, all that unnecessary pre-installed junk you never asked for, modify system components, and even customize things like your boot animation to make your device truly your own. But it's not all perfect. There are some real risks involved too. Rooting can void your warranty, and if something goes wrong during the process, you run the risk of bricking your device completely or getting stuck in an endless boot loop, which, as you saw earlier in this video, is not exactly fun to deal with. So, with all that said, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do with your rooted tablet and hopefully give you a better idea of whether rooting is something you'd want to try yourself. Now, to get rooted, we need the Magisk Manager app. We get this by flashing the Magisk zip file through Orange Fox Recovery or TWRP during the setup process. Once it's installed, this app becomes your control center for everything root related. Inside Magisk, you can see which apps have super user access. You can check the logs, which basically show you a history of commands and actions that have been run. And you can also see all the modules you've got installed, which let you tweak and extend what your rooted system can do. Now, one of my favorite things to do once I'm rooted is open up Termux, which is essentially a full Linux terminal for Android. For example, I can type su to request super user access, and just like that, it activates. To exit super user mode, I simply type exit. From here, I can type neofetch to pull up all the system information, and you can see right here it confirms we're running Android 12, and just for fun, I can type something like cowsay ftux, technology with George by lolcat. You can really type whatever text you want, and it'll show up in a colourful little terminal animation. It's a fun way to show off that you're running a real Linux environment underneath. Now let's talk apps. First, we've got Adaway, which blocks annoying ads across pretty much every app and website on your device. Then there's Root Explorer, which gives you full access to manage and administrate every file on your system, something you simply can't do without root. And last but not least, we've got Live Boot, which replaces your regular boot animation with a live terminal view showing you the actual boot commands as your device starts up. So, let's go ahead and reboot the tablet. I'm going to hit reboot now, and I'm recording this with the camera so you can see it says Galaxy Tab A6 with S Pen. And in just a moment, you should start seeing some commands pop up. Look, there they are. You can actually see the boot commands scrolling by in real time. Now let's have some fun and test whether some older classic games still hold up on Android 12. First up, I'm going to try Android KitKat Challenge. Let's hit start. Okay, we've made it to the second level. And, wait, it crashed. Well, that happens sometimes with older apps on newer Android versions, so let's move on. Next, let's try Tux of Math command. Let's start it up. And we've got some math operations popping up on screen. Let me go ahead and solve these. And there we go, no crashes this time. Looks like this one runs perfectly fine on Android 12. Now, let's get a little creative and make a masterpiece using Tux Paint. First, we'll draw the outline of the mask's head. Now, let's add in the face details. And last but not least, let's stamp a little Tux the penguin right on the mask for that extra touch. And now, for something really exciting, I want to introduce you to a brand new APK, the official Technology with George app. This app is essentially the same as the website, but with more options, and honestly, it's a lot easier and smoother to navigate than the website itself. For example, inside the app you can research notes, download files and resources, and this is the cool part. You can even watch videos directly. Let's test that out. I'm going to play the latest video, the one about how to update this very tablet, and there it goes.
Welcome back to Technology.
Playing smoothly, no crashes at all. Let's also try switching to full screen mode, and yep, full screen works perfectly too. So basically, this app is another great alternative to YouTube, kind of like NewPipe, but built specifically for technology with George content. Right now, the app is only available for Android, so if you're interested, make sure to download the APK. I'll leave the link down below.
You really go completely Google free on Android? The answer is a clear yes. By combining F-Droid, the Aurora Store, direct APK downloads, and MicroG, you get a fully functional device without Google tracking your every move. Throw in Magisk for root access, Termux, and Root Explorer, and you have complete freedom over your system. The best part? App compatibility gets a huge boost. I went from Android 8.1, where modern apps wouldn't launch, straight to Android 12, and everything runs smoothly now. So if a tech shop tries to tell you your old tablet is a paperweight, it's just because they don't know what custom ROMs can do. Drop a like if this helped, hit subscribe for more tech tricks, and I'll see you in the next one.